Now, Kenya is home to nearly 1 million refugees. Most of them have been here for more than a decade in Kakuma, in Turkana County, and in Dadaab, which is in Garissa County, two of the largest refugee camps on earth. As the world commemorates World Refugee Day, a fundamental question hangs over both. Can Kenya turn those camps into something better? And what will it take? Last year, Kenya launched the Shiraka plan, a bold bid to close the camps and fold them into municipalities where refugees and Kenyans live and work side by side. Catherine Omwantho sat down with the man overseeing the region's refugee response, that is UNHCR's Regional Director for Eastern and Southern Africa, to ask how that plan is working, what it will take to succeed, and whether Kenya's neighbors are following our lead.
Kakuma, Dadaab. These are names that Kenyans know very well. These names have meant places where people wait. Kenya hosts nearly 1 million refugees, the 5th largest refugee population in Africa. Most of the people in Kakuma and Dadaab have been there for up to 30 years. Some were born there, and others have never known any other life than inside the camps. Across Eastern and Southern Africa, the United Nations says the average refugee spends nearly 16 years in exile. For women and girls, closer to 17. That's an entire generation. In March last year, Kenya launched the Shiraka plan. Its ambition is to close the camps and turn Kakuma and Dadaab into municipalities in all but name, where refugees and Kenyans share roads, schools, hospitals, and opportunities. The plan will run for 11 years across 3 phases and will cost an estimated $943 million in total. And it builds on pilots that have already shown results, like Kalobeye Integrated Settlement just outside Kakuma, where refugees and host communities have lived side by side since 2016. Dr. Mamadou Diane Balde, UNHCR's Regional Director for Eastern and Southern Africa, told us the Shiraka plan is part of a regional shift away from the idea that refugees are a temporary problem to be contained.
Kalobeye, it took us time to come to the Kalobeye settlement, a lot of creativity. It was during different times. The Shiraka now. The refugees themselves wish to be independent. Are we communicating enough? I think so, but we should do more to reaching out to the communities to explain that.
But not everyone in Turkana and Garissa are convinced. Host communities have raised concerns about resource competition, about whether integration will strain schools and hospitals that already are underfunded. Some refugees have pushed back too, fearing that Shiraka means the end of humanitarian support.
You know, some refugees I met here said, oh, you guys now want us to lose our identity, the South Sudanese identity, through the Shiraka plan. We said that was never the intention. It is not the intention of the government of Kenya. The intention is to help those who are still here as refugees for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, to be able to use their human capital to take care of themselves. So it's not about integration, but it's about inclusion, so that you are not left separate from the communities.
The Shiraka plan promises refugees access to identity cards, business permits, bank accounts, and the right to move anywhere in Kenya without a special permit. Across the region, here in Kenya, Ethiopia, and even Uganda, documentation remains one of the biggest obstacles to refugee self-reliance. Many refugees have been waiting years for their status to be formally recognized. Others are recognized but hold papers that do not actually unlock the rights they are owed.
Whenever I meet refugees in the region, whether in the eastern part or in southern Africa, it's one question that comes all the time. We have, either we are still registered as asylum seekers, there are our claim to be refugees or to be recognized as refugees is pending sometimes for several years. This is a major protection issue. Or people have been recognized as refugees, but their ID card do not give them the right to move freely or to open, let's say, M-Pesa.
In Kenya, no M-Pesa means no mobile money. No mobile money means no ability to pay rent, receive wages, or run a business in a country where mobile money is the economic bloodstream.
We've been working as UNHCR, but also with entities like the World Bank to support the issuance of documents. Several governments are willing to do it, and we are asking them, please accelerate this effort. An ID document that can help you open a bank account, that can help you trade, that can help you move, open a business, are absolutely essential protection tools that are there.
Across the border in Ethiopia, the government last week launched its own inclusion program called the Makatet Road Plan, which, like Shiraka, builds on a national digital identity system to give refugees legal economic access. But as of mid-last year, only around 45% of eligible refugees in Ethiopia had received their ID cards. Kenya's Shiraka faces the same challenges of translating policy into paperwork. Looking at funding, the United States, historically Kenya's largest humanitarian donor, has sharply cut its contributions. The World Food Programme has been forced to slash food assistance by 40% for nearly 800,000 refugees in Kenya. The $943 million that Shiraka needs has not materialized.
That's only if you look at funding as the main driver. But funding is an enabler. So the main driver are progressive policies. When you see South Sudanese refugees coming to Kenya, they are allowed to stay to contribute. Somali refugees coming to Kenya, allowed to stay to contribute. It's a win-win.
At the moment, the world has its eyes on the war in Sudan.
The Sudan refugee situation, that is the largest we have globally, is today only funded at 13%. And that is around what? 123 partners for close to 6 million people across 7 countries. When it is only funded at 13% by mid-year, you can imagine how it impacts people's ability to take care of themselves, access to protection services.
Ensuring self-reliance among refugees is an answer to a question that has never gone away. What do you do when the emergency never ends? How do you provide a dignified existence for people who may never see home again? And while the laws and plans are there, the usual stumbling block is lack of political will. Catherine Omwando, NTV.